Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to your new English lesson, English in English lesson. So we don't translate anything into any other languages here. In these videos, we just use English. I start from a sentence, then I make a short story around it. But the point is that listening is really important if you want to learn a new language. It's important to listen, but to listen to something that you can understand, at least like 70-80% of the things that you hear, you have to understand. I understood everything, great, but that's not the end. The point is to go back and to listen to it many times until you are able to say the things that I say in this video by yourself. So it's not about understanding. If you understand, that's the first step, that's great, but continue listening to it until you are able to repeat it. That's the point. Then at that point, you will start producing your own sentences and you will start talking in English more freely without a lot of thinking about grammar rules and about vocabulary. So just listen and repeat, listen and repeat, listen to this video many times, as many as you can. It's like 2 or 3 times a day, or maybe for 5 or 6 days. And then after that, when you start using all these phrases and sentences by yourself, you are on the right way. Then just you can continue and start listening to another video, okay? And I hope you'll like it. I hope you'll find it useful. And yeah, that's it. Let's start. I nearly fell asleep. I nearly fell asleep. Where? Where were you? Where were you last night? Where were you last night? Were you at home? Were you at home? No, I wasn't at home. I was at the theater. I was at the theater. And how was the show? Was it good? Was it interesting? Was it exciting to watch? No, obviously not. It wasn't good. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't interesting. It was a bit boring. So I nearly fell asleep. I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed because I almost fell asleep and people were looking at me. My head was probably going down and I was really embarrassed. But the show wasn't good. What else could I do? I was tired. It was after work. It was late. The actors didn't act very well. And it was so boring and so long. So I nearly fell asleep. Who were you with? Who were you with? Well, I was with my colleague from work. I was with my colleague from work. So did he like the show? Did he nearly fall asleep? Well, no, actually not. He did like the show. He didn't fall asleep. He was awake all the time because he was really interested in the show. He liked the actors, he liked the script, he liked everything. And he couldn't believe that I didn't like it. He was awake all the time, and I was like this. I nearly fell asleep. She looks pale. Did you see Anna this morning? Yeah, she looks really pale. What's wrong with her? Well, I don't know. I saw her yesterday, and she didn't look pale. She looked all right. Well, I don't know. Now she looks pale. Maybe she's sick. Maybe she's worried. What do you think she's worried about? Is she worried about her job? Because I saw her talking to the boss. And then after that, she got really pale in her face, no color. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe she's worried about the job. Or maybe she's just tired. Maybe she's tired. Maybe she needs to rest. Maybe she needs to go on vacation. She has been working really hard this month. She has been working really hard this month, so maybe she just needs to go home. Yeah, maybe she should just go home, have a rest, watch some TV, read a book, eat something nice, and then she won't look pale anymore. Or even better, she should go for a walk or to the beach. Yeah, she should go to the beach and she should get some tan so she won't look pale anymore. Yeah, I'll go find her and tell her that. I still owe her some money. I still owe her some money. What do you owe her? Do you owe her an apology? Well, an apology as well, because I took some money from her. I borrowed some money from her and I didn't give it back to her. So I borrowed some money from her. So what did she do? She lent me some money. She lent me some money. I borrowed some money from her and now I owe her money. So that's why I'm hiding from her. So when I see her, I just hide behind a tree, for example, or behind a car. When I see her in the street, I have to hide. Not because I want to play hide and seek, but just because I owe her some money. And at the moment, I'm pretty broke. I have no money. I've spent all my money on a vacation. And so I don't have any money left right now. So I have to hide from her until I earn enough money. And then I will, of course, give her the money back. I don't want to hide from her for the rest of my life. So eventually I will have to give her the money back. But until I earn enough money, the only thing I can do is to hide from her, not answer her calls, and yeah, just wait. I hope she will be patient. I hope she won't get mad at me. I hope she won't come and look for me. Because as soon as I have the money, I'll give it back to her. I promise. So how do you know my parents? How do you know my parents? Where did you meet them? How well do you know them? Did you meet them at work? Well, no, obviously not, because they are doctors and you're not a doctor, so you don't work together. Okay, you didn't meet them at work. So did you meet them on the vacation? Did you meet them at the movie theater? Did you meet them in the supermarket? Where did you meet them? Well, I met them one day in the park. I was in the park. I was sitting on a bench. I was reading a newspaper. I was drinking my coffee. I was enjoying the beautiful weather and the clean air. And then your parents came and asked me if they could sit next to me, because all the benches were occupied by other people, so they didn't have anywhere else to sit, so they sit next to me. And then we started talking. And then I found out that they were doctors. I found out everything about them, more or less. And then we became friends. They found out everything about me because I was really honest with them. And I told them everything. And then they decided that maybe they could introduce us. Because they thought, okay, we have a daughter. She's not married. She looks really nice. She's a nice person. You are not married. You are a nice person. So why don't we set up a date for you? And maybe you can get to know each other. Maybe you will get to like each other. Who knows? And that is how I met your parents. It was really, really interesting, and I'm so grateful that I met them, because now I'm with you.